Happy New Year, everybody, and welcome back to Backstage Pass Podcast. We're starting off 2025 with a deep dive into K-pop.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah, and
I'm excited to kick off the year with some K-pop.
always a good time to talk K-pop, right?
Oh.
But we're going to be looking at something kind of controversial today.
Ooh.
Yeah, so we're going to be talking about some comments that Big Bang's Taeyang made in a recent CNN interview.
That's Taeyang, right?
Yeah, Taeyang.
Just for pronunciation.
Exactly. Yeah, it's always tricky with these names.
Yes, it is.
And it got some fans pretty riled up, particularly those in the BTS Army Eye.
I was going to say, I saw some stuff flying around Twitter about this whole thing.
Oh, yeah, Twitter was a war zone.
As always.
As always, right?
K-pop Twitter.
But yeah, so basically Taeyang was asked about, Big Bang's role in K-pop going global, which we all know Big Bang was huge.
Yeah.
Hugely influential. But he kind of said, hold on, we weren't the only ones.
Right, and I think that's where people got a little sensitive. Yeah, and I think a lot of the BTS fans had the perspective of like, BTS paved the way and that's it.
Exactly. That's the narrative we're going to be unpacking today, the pave the way idea, and whether it can really be attributed to a single group.
Because K-pop has been around for a while.
Oh yeah, it's a long history.
It didn't just pop up with BTS.
And it's interesting because even Korean netizens were like, wait, what's the big deal?
Right. They were so confused.
They were confused. They were like, Big Bang, of course they were important, but so were all these other groups.
Like, this is a very obvious thing to us.
Yeah, they were looking at the international fans like, are you guys new here?
Exactly.
This isn't a new conversation.
This is not a new conversation to have, right? There were so many groups that were doing amazing things even before Big Bang, like early 2000s.
Totally. Yeah, we're talking second-gen groups here who were already experimenting with different sounds,
Pushing boundaries.
Pushing boundaries, going international.
Touring.
They were doing it all.
Doing it all. And it built this this foundation for groups like Big Bang to then
take it to the next level.
Take it to the next level, exactly. So to say that Big Bang is solely responsible for K-pop's global success.
Or any group for that matter.
Right. It's a little
short-sighted.
Short-sighted, yes. And I think what we're seeing here is this really interesting clash between,
different ideas of how we view success.
Yeah, like what do we value? Do we value individual achievement or do we value more of a collective effort?
And that even comes down to cultural differences.
Yeah. Absolutely.
A lot of Eastern cultures, they really emphasize that collective.
That collective good, the collective effort.
Yeah, whereas some Western cultures tend to focus on that singular hero narrative.
The pioneer, the one who did it all.
Which doesn't always reflect reality.
Exactly. And it's funny, because even with this whole controversy brewing, Taeyang hinted at a possible Big Bang reunion in 2026.
Really?
Yeah, for their 20th anniversary.
That would be amazing.
It would be, wouldn't it?
It'd be iconic.
And I think that kind of brings it back to like legacy, right? How do we look back at these groups and appreciate what they've done?
Without diminishing the contributions of others.
Exactly.
And without creating these unnecessary fan wars.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, it's about the music.
It is.
It's about celebrating this genre that has brought so much joy to so many people.
Absolutely.
So I guess the big question for our listeners today is, How do we do it? How do we appreciate individual artists?
Yes.
Celebrate their achievements, but also recognize that interconnectedness,
That lineage.
That history that brought us to where we are.
Yeah, I mean, K-pop is so dynamic and it's constantly evolving. And to say that one group
did it all.
That's
just not true.
It's not true. It's reductive.
It's reductive. And it takes away from the richness of the genre.
Absolutely.
So that's something I think we can all think about.
For sure.
Not just in K-pop, but in any art form, really.
Any art form, any creative field.
So on that note,
let's leave them with that.
We will leave you with that thought. We'll be back next week with another exciting episode of Backstage Pass Podcast.
Can't wait.
Don't forget to check the show notes for links to Taeyang's interview, more on K-pop history.
All the good stuff.
And until next time, happy listening.
Bye, everybody.